This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris, and today I'm baking a batch of soft lemon sugar cookies. Everybody loves sugar cookies, but many times the recipe calls for you to roll them out and cut them with cookie cutters, which can be really fun. But when you want something really quick and easy, this is your go-to recipe. They're nice and soft and loaded with lemon flavor. I'm going to first start by getting my dry ingredients mixed together in a small bowl. So I'm going to measure out 2 cups of flour, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use my small whisk and just whisk that together and then set that aside. Now I'm going to get my butter ready, and I have 1 cup of butter that I've taken out of the refrigerator, and I'm going to cut it into some cubes. So I cut the cube in lengthwise twice, and then I just run my knife through it, and this makes really nice little dice of butter, and that makes it really easy to cream up. So in my mixer, I'm going to put all of the butter along with a cup of sugar and a tablespoon of brown sugar. I'm going to put the mixer on, and I'm going to let this mix until it gets nice and fluffy, and that's about 2 minutes. Now, to get our lemon flavor into this sugar cookie, I'm taking the zest off of a couple of lemons. What I want to end up with is 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, and I'm going to add that zest into my butter along with 1 egg. And then I'm going to stir that in. And I'm going to let that go for about 30 seconds or so. And then I'm going to turn the mixer off and use my spatula, and I want to scrape down the sides. A lot of times that butter has a tendency to kind of stick to the edges, and I want to make sure that that zest gets mixed all the way through. Then once it looks like it's all come together, then I'll go ahead and stop the mixer, and I'm going to put in my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to put all the flour in at once, and then you'll want to turn your mixer on a slow speed. Now before we get ready to bake our cookies, you'll want to take your spatula and do 1 final mix down. We don't want to see any flour left in our dough. We want to make sure that it's all mixed in really well. Now it's time to get ready to bake our cookies. So I have a baking sheet covered with parchment, and then I've taken about 1/2 cup of sugar and put it into a small bowl, and I'm going to be using my medium-sized cookie scoop. So I'm going to get a scoopful of the dough, and I'm going to put it into the sugar and roll it around till it's all coated, and then I'm going to set it right on my cookie sheet. Now if you were making these with children, you could have them kind of lightly roll the balls of dough and then put them in the sugar and roll them around, and that would be really fun for them. Now these cookies are going to spread, so I'm just going to put 8 of them on the pan. Now I've preheated my oven to 375 degrees, and I'm going to let these bake for about 11 minutes, and they'll start to get nice and golden brown right along the edges. Now you'll see as they come out of the oven, see how they get just this light brown on the edges. That's as much brown as we want these to get. And to stop them from cooking, let's slide them right off our baking sheet, and I'll just leave them on the rack to cool. Now if you'd like to try some of these soft lemon sugar cookies at home, just go to our website and go to the cookie jar show notes, and I'll have the recipe there for you. And as always, if you have any questions, please send me an email. I'll see you next time.